Here you go. Got it? It's called Reclaiming Your Power. Now, an FYI, you may be sitting here, certainly Eric will probably go here, sitting here going, well, did I lose my power? Why do I have to reclaim my power? Did I lose it? No, you didn't. You didn't at all. But there are aspects of you, aspects of your personality, aspects of what you have done with your life up to this point that has diminished it, at least in your mind. And you may be sitting here with those thoughts. You may be sitting here with those feeling a little bit less empowered, especially at a time like this in our history, when we're feeling, many people are feeling so disempowered. They're feeling like everything's out of control, and they're not in control of anything, except that you are, because you are always in control of yourself to the degree that you decide to be. So, next slide, Swan. Did you want me to do one of them and you do the other? Nope. Okay, good. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm so sorry. We will fix this soon because you really can't see. I wish you could all turn around and watch that one because that one looks fabulous. So it's reclaiming your power and how forgiveness creates space for positive emotion. So what I want to talk about today is forgiveness. And it's a very delicate subject. Steve gave an amazing meditation. And Steve said today, before he started the meditation, that preparing for the meditation, it so touched me because I was like, I'm in the exact same camp. It so touched him preparing his meditation for forgiveness more than anything he's ever done in terms of a meditation. This has really touched me a great deal. The research I have done on forgiveness. Because when I have a theme, I look at the theme for the whole month. And, it was really overwhelming to me. And a lot of people say, when you talk about forgiveness, a lot of people will say, well, I don't have anything to forgive. And that may be true on the surface. That may be true for your conscious mind. That may be true for your looking at your life saying, no, I've let go of everything, I've let it go. But unforgiveness is a very gnarly little fluid thing. And you may not even know something that is in there that is still claiming power from you. And that's what I want to look at this month. I want us to really take a look at how forgiveness creates space for positive emotion. So if you have any unforgiveness, and some of you may be sitting here going, I know exactly who I don't forgive. And I'm not planning on it. As soon as you understand that, now you can say to yourself, wait, if I didn't have that, what would replace it? What would be there in its place? And we're saying a positive experience, a positive emotion. Okay, Swan. So, a couple of little basics. Power is energy, yes? And you are energy, yes? So you are power. Resentment, which is what unforgiveness is, resentment drains that power. It's like every time you have an unforgiveness, every time you have a resentment, every time something comes along and gets your goat. Anybody have that ever happen? Anybody have anybody in their life that every time they come along just, ugh? No, you don't have any of that, Mindy?
I don't have that person, but
You have people. You don't have So, resentment drains power. So who you are energy. Everything about you is energy. Everything about you, how you live your life, how you think, every thought is an energized moment. And you're taking that energy and putting it into the world. How often do you let yourself, and it's part of your quote too, how often do you let yourself live in the past? How often do you reclaim certain emotions, things that have happened up to this point, and go back and relive it? Every time you do that, you are draining your energy. Next slide. So, a little breakout here for you all. Where are you still holding something as unforgiven? And I'm just going to give you a few minutes. And here's the thing. I really want to do these more. I want us to talk to each other more. You do not have to share anything personal with one another unless you choose to. But I would love for you to take a few moments here, just find somebody and talk to them about where do you think you're still holding on to something unforgiven, something in you that you can't seem to let go of. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Have at it. You guys online, if you're not with someone, then I want you to write it out. Just take time for yourself to write out where you're still unforgiven. What is going on in your life that maybe you still have something that you just can't seem to let go of. Okay? And then if you want, you can share that on YouTube. So, Vivian, I'm coming to you. Okay, everybody. Do you need a little bit more time? Okay, just a minute. Okay, everybody, come on back. I always think it's hard to get you to talk, but I realize now it's really harder to get you to stop talking. Yeah. So, okay. So the question is, where are you still holding something as unforgiven? And what's the point of knowing this? And more importantly, what are you going to do with it? It's energy, right? And I'm sure some of you found things that you still have in there, and as soon as you think about it, you feel it again. You think it again. It's like I'm thinking about this thing that Let's just make it a person that did me wrong. Anybody have anybody in their life that did them wrong? Yeah. So, yeah, and when you think of it, something happens. I can tell you, I'm still working on a lot of this myself, but there are people that I have done this work with, and when I bring them up anymore, I don't feel what I used to feel. I don't feel that. There's one person, probably the first person I really gave my heart to, who just tore it to pieces, and so irresponsibly and so unlovingly and so, I still have it, using those words. But I say them just to give you the accounting of how it played out. But now when that comes up, I have great love for this person. It was a terrible breakup, and I still have great love for this person, who if I saw, I would hug. But if I saw, he'd run to the other side of the street. But that's, how do you move from the clenching energy drain of something you're still holding on to letting it go and giving yourself permission to actually fill yourself with something more positive? That's the question. So I have a bunch of stuff to go over today to talk about this. Next slide, Swan. And thank you, by the way. What I keep replaying, I keep reliving. That's something like what you said in your meditation. Every time, now it's funny because what we were just talking about, it was like, I just don't think about it anymore, right? Whatever that is, I don't bring it up anymore. I just let it go. Well, that's all well and good, and you shouldn't. But until you switch that energy, it's still there. It's still down there. And do you ever find that when it shows up, it just triggers you out of nowhere? And you're just so annoyed that that trigger is still there, that it comes up out of nowhere, because it's there. So it's not enough that you don't bring it up. It's really about, are you willing to bring it up, not replay it and relive it, but rework it. Take the time to really work at whatever that is. So when we say forgive everything, I get that that's enormous. I get, and a lot of people have said that to me, James, really forgive everything? It's like, yes, but pick something. You had a whole month of this. You're like, great. Just pick something and start letting them go. So give me the next one there, Swan. So resentment keeps the nervous system activated. So here's what you also may not realize. All of the anger, resentment, hostility, all of the memories you have that aren't particularly positive that you keep bringing up, all of the unforgiveness that still goes on in your system, it's affecting your body. You know, Bruce Lipton talks in his book, The Biology of Belief, how we as humans have so many cells in our body that were we to activate them would make us very sick. We just have them. They're part of our DNA. It's part of our biology too. And my family, my father died of skin cancer. My brothers were all warned, including myself, we were all warned, do not, have checks because it's hereditary. But what I understand is that hereditary schmeritary, because the truth is, am I going to activate it or not? That's the power we have. And unforgiveness, resentment, anger, getting out of joint with what's going on in the world, that affects your body. It affects your nervous system. And as soon as you start affecting your nervous system, it's a big, big journey back. You know, many people, Anita Moorjani, in her book, Dying to Be Me, when I had lunch with her, one of the things she said to me, because we talked about my cancer when I had lunch with her, and my cancer. Yes, the cancer I experienced. And she said to me, she said, did you ever feel, when you got the cancer, did you ever feel a release of something? And I remember sitting there at lunch with her, and I was like, you know, I look back to that time, and as horrific as it was for Kevin, and as awful as it was for me to go through chemo, radiation, having things cut out of my body, there was something also very beautiful about it and freeing in the midst of it all. Just almost like everything in me disappeared. And I explained that to her, and she said, yeah, you were letting go of whatever brought it to you in the first place. Made me very emotional. And I got it. That was when I really got it. We don't pay attention enough to the things we do with our mind that is affecting our body, and the body takes it and runs with it. And we put it in the background, but it's already happened. We've already irresponsibly allowed it to happen. So this month is an opportunity for you not to just let go of what you're holding on to in unforgiveness, but to reclaim your physical health as well, to reclaim the vitality of your body at the same time. So next, forgiveness isn't about excusing behavior. Do you love this dog's face? I don't know if you can see it. He's chewing up a pillow, and he's got cotton in his mouth. Forgiveness isn't about excusing behavior. It's about conserving your emotional power. So just think about it. Whatever that was you just talked about, if you found something that is hard to forgive, imagine what it's going to do when you let it go. The lightness of being that you have. And what you'll do with that newfound energy. That's the power. Next. When you choose forgiveness, you move from reaction to intention. So I want you to bring up whatever it was you just discussed. And if you didn't have something, then just go with me here. I want you to bring it up and feel in your body wherever you're reacting to whatever it is you brought up, okay? When I think about something that I'm still working on, it's my stomach. I feel just a little tight ball in my stomach. Whenever you have a reaction to something, that reaction gets a lot of attention. Did you ever notice that? When you're feeling bad about something, generally you deal with that attention by telling everybody you know about it. Don't you? You tell everybody what's going on. This person did this. This person did this. Did you know that she did this? And you've probably said it about 100 times during a day because you're just allowing it to just keep going. So, but when you choose forgiveness, you actually move from reaction to intention, which means you take your power back. You start making choices. You start doing what it is you want to be doing instead of being caught up in whatever it is you've been thinking about. Next slide. So here's a question. What could grow in your life if unforgiveness no longer occupied that space in your heart? So here's where you get to go to the other side of this question. What could grow in your life if you didn't spend or waste any time on anything that is still crunched up in there? What could grow in your life? What could you do with your life? I always think to myself, what would you do with all that time you had if you stopped complaining? I mean, what would you do? How would you live if you didn't complain? How many complainers do I have? Oh, sure, like any of you are going to raise your hand. Yeah. You're probably, how many people say they complain at least at around a 5 out of 10? Okay, 3 out of 10. That's little, guys. 1 out of 10. How many say they complain not at all? Did you say liars? Wow. Okay. That's a complaint. These people, that's complaining, yeah. So, what could you grow if you gave it up? If you gave up complaining? How many of you are complaining about the government? Thank you, Doug. I was like, yes. No, complaining or noticing and doing the work to turn it around. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. One is affecting your nervous system. The other is an intention to use your energy for good. But you may not believe that's possible. And now we're back to a belief, which is also a complaint, which is also an unforgiveness. So, next one. So, when we hold on to something or someone, we have given them access to our emotional power. So this is what I love about this part. Probably there's no one in this room that would want to believe that someone else has access to their consciousness, to their mind, to their being. Probably none of us want to ever feel like someone else has the power over me. Am I right? Right? None of you want that, right, Doug? No one wants to feel that. No one wants to feel that someone else has power over me. Every time you hold on to unforgiveness, whether it's a person, a place, an event, you have given power to that. That has the power over you, no matter what. So if I've done nothing this morning but to give you a very good reason why you need to work on this month, that's the one. If you really, really want to be autonomous, and if you really want to be the power in your own life, it's time to let go of all that other stuff, whatever's there. Okay? Next. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, it changes the emotional climate of the future. And there's a great quote by Oprah Winfrey that's coming up. Could you give me the next one? It's not. But it's a great quote from her about that. We'll get to it. So now I want to go to the most important part, which is self-forgiveness. Someone wrote to me just this morning who said to me, I don't have a problem forgiving people. I don't have a problem resolving issues in my life. I don't have a problem with even what's going on in the world. I can forgive all of that. But when it comes to me, I just can't forgive myself. I just can't forgive myself for not going to college. I can't forgive myself for something I have done in my life that I regret. I just can't forgive myself. Self-forgiveness is the most important forgiveness there is. Because at the end of the day, it's all self-forgiveness. If I have something I'm holding against Mindy, for me to forgive it, I'm not forgiving it for her. I'm forgiving it because in me, I'm still getting all the benefits of that unforgiveness. But if it's something you did to yourself, and I won't ask you to raise your hand, but I would assume everyone in this room has done something in their life that they wish they had done the opposite, or they wish they had done something else. And to the degree that you can be okay with that, great. But check to see, is there anything in there that you're still holding against yourself? Do you ever think to yourself, I'm a bad person? Do you ever think to yourself, do you ever degrade yourself in some way, shape, or form because of some way you reacted? Your reaction is nothing more than a mirror to your belief system. That's all it is. And if we took our reactions impersonally, now the other people are not going to take it impersonally, by the way, but if you took your own reactions impersonally, you could back it up and find out, why am I reacting that way? As opposed to beating yourself up for behaving a certain way. Find out the why and change it. And if you're willing to do that, you're willing to unforgive yourself, to forgive yourself. So, self-forgiveness. Next slide. I cannot fully step into my future while holding on to the past. So ultimately, this whole month is about relaxing into what can be the most amazing future for you, if you're willing to forgive everything by starting somewhere. Starting somewhere. Next slide. So today in BODS, our theme today is day 28 of 30 days. And the theme is strength. It's about strength. I'm asking people in BODS to find the strength in themselves to actually live what they've been doing for 28 days. People have made extraordinary changes. Jill, your blogs have been amazing, extraordinary. And now it's the strength to take all of that and actually live from it. So I've asked them to do that. Strength. So next slide. Mahatma Gandhi says this: the weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. So I'm here this morning to lean into some real self-discovery, to find out what's going on inside of you that perhaps is still holding you back. What's holding on inside of you that is still keeping some door shut that's ready to burst open and bring you more of the life you want to live? Don't take it lightly. It's interesting. Rick Tamlin spoke last night in Palm Springs, and he said to me, he said, do you ever feel like we're on stage really excited about what's going on, and you look out there and people are just not as excited as you? I'm feeling that at the moment. I'm feeling that you're all like, I don't want to do this forgiveness work. I know some of you are good, I know. But if you are one of those people sitting there going, I don't have unforgiveness, well, I'm not going to get any more excited than I am. But I am going to tell you this. I know you're absorbing, yes. But I did laugh when he said that. He said, I can't tell you what else he said. I said, well, it happens. I said, here's the thing. Some people want to hear what you have to say, and some people, they're there to hear what you have to say, but maybe it doesn't really get them. I really, really want you to get that there's something here for you in this understanding of forgiveness. It's way too big a topic out in the world, but I need you to take it personally for yourself. Do not fluff it off. Do not just say, no, I'm good. Because I guarantee you there's something, some little room that's still holding something. And you deserve to have every room fully opened, wide open, doors open, and the energy pouring through you. And you also deserve to live in a body that is vibrant and healthy, and that nothing that your mind has created is affecting. That's the work we get to do this month. And it is serious work. And it can also be fun, because as you let go, you're gonna experience a lightness of being unlike you've ever felt when you're really just letting go. Next slide. Here's Oprah's quote. Forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could have been any different. Your life is your life. You can do nothing about what you've done up to this point. Nothing. Every decision you made, whether you believe it or not, was the decision needed to be made at that time. Even if it looks like you made the worst decision in the world, it still got you to where you are. And it's time to let go of all of it and know where you are right now, because right now, you are in the power seat. Right now, you are capable of making choices and decisions and stepping into an energized field of pure potentiality. The universe is just waiting for you to tell it what to do. Don't tell it to go back and relive old hurts and pains. Tell it you're done. Tell it you're ready. Next slide. Because you get to reclaim your power the minute you're willing to let go of anything that's holding it back. Namaste. Thank you.